This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2024 Salem Cruise Lite View, model number 24 View. Okay, so this is a how-to video. I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work, okay? So here we are at the door side rear. You can see you have on-demand hot water. I'll show you the controller inside how it works, but basically you get a non-stop supply of hot water, which is great, especially for when you're showering. This here is just a spray port. You get a quick connect sprayer that'll plug into there for fresh water. You can see down here you have the new style jacks that drop into place, quick drop jacks. Right here is the hookup for the LP system. So you have a griddle up here in this compartment, and basically you have to plug it in order to get to work, of course. And just while we're here, that white gate valve is to drain the fresh water tank. Okay. So this is the griddle, of course. I don't know where he's got the, right here we have the quick connect hose that I told you about that you have to plug in underneath the trailer there. And there's your sprayer, the coiled part, and then the sprayer end that plugs into your quick connect port. I want to bring this down and show you that excuse me, this is the fill port for the fresh water tank. So 9 times out of 10 when you're camping, you're going to use the city water hookup. But if you happen to be camping someplace with no city water, you can pre-fill your tank right here and use the onboard pump to pump the water. So all the plumbing will work as though you have city water, but you'll just be pumping it from the tank. So we'll talk more about that, about the switch and the pump, when we get inside. This is just a vent for the range hood. Over the range hood has a fan in it, obviously. If you're going to be using the fan, you want to open this baffle up so it flaps freely like that. Otherwise, you can just keep it shut. But anytime you're venting to the outside, you want that open. You have outside speakers, TV signal out, plus power. That's your vent for your furnace. You have a power awning with LED strip. Okay. The front compartment. You can see up there, that's the mechanism for in your bedroom. You have a bed that is a mechanical bed. It'll fold into, or I don't know if fold is the word, but you can move it into different positions. I'll show you more about that, but that's the mechanism you're looking at underneath there. You have a deep cycle marine battery right here, 2 LP tanks that are full, and you get an automatic changeover regulator. You have a power tongue jack right here. If this power tongue jack ever fails, you can pull this plug and crank it from there. Also, this switch here is the kill switch for the battery. You can disconnect the battery right there if you want to. Okay? Let me get this side open here. Let's see what else we have. This is your 50 amp power cord right here. So you have a 50 amp system. That is your dump hose. You get reducers with this to reduce it down to a 30 and then down again to a 20, just so you can always plug in no matter what. This is a hookup for a ladder, a Lippert ladder. It doesn't come with it, but it's an option. If you put that on, it makes it really easy to inspect your roof, which the manufacturer states you should inspect it every 60 to 90 days. So you want to look for a cracking or separation where water can get through. You want to look for damage to the roof or the roofing material or the roofing attachments, by low branches or road debris. You can't see the roof from down here, so somebody has to go up and take a look at it. It should be part of your regular maintenance. Okay. City water connection is right here. The most common way you get water to the trailer. You have your valves down here. There's the black valve, gray valve. Black is toilet water and waste, gray is sink and shower water. This is your black tank flush. So After you dump your black tank, you leave the valve open like it is right now. Hook the hose at the dump station on there, turn it on, it'll spray out the inside of your tank. Your black tank, spray out the off the sensor so you get good accurate reading, that sort of thing, okay? Excuse me again. Cable and satellite through, just coax, that's all. You have a second dump here for your galley tank, which is generally kitchen sink water. Okay. This is not your cord, obviously, or your shore cord. That's ours. I showed you yours up in the front compartment. This housing tells us we're pre-wired for a backup camera, so if you want to get a Furrion backup camera kit, you can add it on there. We do sell them here if you're interested. Okay, so let's go inside. Okay, so first thing we see when we come in here is this is the dimmer. Well, first we'll turn the lights on here. Then this is a dimmer. You just run your thumb over it. I'll do it while you're looking. Just rub your thumb over, okay? So we start off, this does have solar panel. So let me show you the solar controller here. Okay. So you have a flooded battery, which is correct. I don't know if you can see this very well or not. Then it'll cycle through you have 13.7 volts, 1.6 amps are being gained by the sun, meaning 1.6 amps right now are coming from sunlight being converted to electricity and stored in your battery. So it tells you everything you want to know. This also has an app. You want to get the app because the app will give you even more information. But it's floating right now. It tells you how it's charging, everything you need to know, okay? The temperature of it. That's the main screen right there, the one that tells you the voltage in the system, the 12 volt voltage in the system, and the amount of amp gain from the sun. So you can read more about it. You can go to their Go Power's website and look at their literature on it, look at their videos, and you can also get the app, which helps a lot too. So that's your solar panel. This is your on-demand water. So right now they got it set at 48, which is generally it'll be more like that. So you can set it from Celsius to Fahrenheit. Right now it's on Fahrenheit. So basically, if there's a safety in it, if there's no water, let's say we're not hooked to city water, right? And there's no water in the fresh water tank and the water pump is not turned on. If you call for heat, it won't do anything because it won't heat up unless it senses water, right? So that's a safety device. But once you hook up your city water, for example, all you're going to do is turn on your hot water valve and it'll start heating it and you'll have an endless supply of it, okay? Don't turn it up too hot. You don't want to scald yourself, that sort of thing, okay? Again, as usual, you can scan this code and get as much information as you want to get. There's also information in your packet, which is right there on the couch, but you know, you can learn as much as you want to. So your water pump right here, when you turn it on, that's if you have to pump water out of the fresh water tank, if you don't have any city water. It's also used to winterize the trailer. Your lights, and then of course all your levels in your tanks. They graduate up in 1/3 increments. You have your awning there. Never leave the awning out unattended if you're not going to be at the campsite. Roll it in. And then this one here is your slide room. Okay. Right now we're getting 2.9 amps because the sun just came out. So depends on what position the sun is in, what the weather is outside, if it's cloudy. All those are factors. So this is your thermostat. This is brand new also, brand new model. But what you're going to do is you just push it. Right now we're on heat, and you're just going to push this to select what you want to do. Right? Right now the heat's on, and you can also rotate it to set the way you want to set it. Like 71 is fine for right now. Right now it's 77 here, so it'll shut down. But it's very simple. You can select heat or air conditioning, fan speed, all that stuff from it right here. All right. So you have a little mantle here. Your TV hangs right here. You have a sound bar here. Now this sound bar has a remote, and it has FM radio, no AM. For some reason they don't put FM on this one here. But it has FM radio. You can stream off your USB port here. You can, it has Bluetooth, so you can stream wirelessly with your phone or tablet. You can go into the system with this HDMI in if you need to go into it. And you have 2 speaker zones, 1 and 2. 1 is inside the trailer, 2 is outside the trailer. So you all have all that. Below it is your fireplace. I don't think he's, there we go. This has a remote also. You can see you can change the color of the flame. You can change the crystals. It also has a timer on it, so it's really kicking out the heat right now, so it's a really good heater. Okay, now behind this is telling us here there's a compartment. This is the secret bedroom compartment, top secret. And so this opens up. You have TV hookup here. Keep in mind, you always want this glowing green. You can shut it off, but you won't get a good picture. This is telling you that the digital antenna, the signal booster is turned on, and that's the way you want it. Okay. You have a dimmer here, but it runs this fan, so you get fresh air in there. You have an emergency window too, so you can escape there. Plus, you got this here. Okay, so it's a bunk, so you have 2 bunks, or 2 beds, I should say. And this also folds up and out of the way. You can convert it to different positions. So it's got a desktop under here, for example. So, and as well as storage, of course. So there's a lot you can do with it. It's great for little kids. And there's more. Oh, I locked myself into the secret compartment. And then there's more storage there, of course. Okay, refrigerator is 12 volt DC, so it has a compressor, runs on 12 volts. You have a little breakfast bar or lunch bar or dinner bar, or whatever it's called here. Now down here, this is your power converter. This device converts AC to DC power. So when you're plugged into shore power, as we are, you got 110 AC at these circuit breakers right here. These are just like you'd have at home. And of course they're all labeled, right? Then the power is converted to 12 volt DC on this side, and there you have 12 volt fuses here, and they're all labeled, so that's 12 volts. Also, it'll sense how much energy your battery needs, the battery on the tongue, and it'll always keep it charged. As long as you're plugged in, it'll keep it charged. Now when you're towing down the road, your tow vehicle's alternator through the charge line will keep it charged, your battery charged, and the solar panel will always be sending energy as it can, you know, just depending on the conditions. Okay, so 3 different ways to charge your battery. All right, whoops. Okay. Alrighty, so let's see what else we have. Another huge escape window. Usual stuff here. The microwave works like any of the microwave. This is the range hood, vent, and light. Remember what I told you about opening? If you're going to run this fan, open that baffle on the outside so it flaps freely and you can vent to the outside. I don't know if he's got the gas turned on here. Let me see here. Yes. So there you have it right there. These 3 knobs in the center are for the 3 burners. This is the sparker. You turn it clockwise to spark. This is the oven knob. It lights the pilot light, which is down at the bottom all the way to the back. What you do is you're just going to go to the picture of the pilot light, then you depress it. The key is to keep it depressed during the whole lighting procedure. Then you're going to light the pilot light. When it lights, you still hold this in for another 10 or 15 seconds to heat up the thermocouple. Then you go to operating temperature. When you shut it off, the flame goes out, of course, but so does the pilot light. So you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. Okay, and you have light here, inside and out. Always travel with this in the down position. I don't see your keys here. I'll run in and make sure they're in here. Normally we have them hanging right here for you, but I'll find them. When it comes to your this turns into a bed also. This is a jackknife, so this folds out and turns into another bed here. The bathroom, sit-in shower, work like any other sit-in shower. Always travel with this closed and latch with this rubber cord, otherwise it can break when it slams together. Sorry about the camera work. When it slams together. I'm not a very good cameraman. The toilet sits over a black tank like they always do, and so when you get to the campground, you hook up your power and your water, you come in here, you put a dose of chemical right in the bowl, then you're going to stand on the pedal, water will come swirling out, you stand on that pedal long enough to put at least a gallon of water into the black tank along with the chemical, then you're ready to use it. If you don't do that, it's considered using it dry, and it'll get clogged up and the smell will be terrible, so you always want water and chemical in there. This is the switch here for your bed. Remember I told you it has different positions. You can see it there, for example. Okay, so that's here. And you have another escape window. You have a kind of a closed, what would you call that? There's a name for it. I just don't know. It's for dirty clothes. And you have hookups here for your a TV if you want to put a TV on that wall. Okay. Okay, so I think that pretty much does it. Let me, that's your smoke detector there. Let me just look around here, make sure I got everything. I believe I did. Okay, so I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please remember what I said about inspecting the roof every 60-90 days. That should be part of your regular maintenance. You can't see the roof, so you have to send somebody up there to look around and make sure it's in good shape. You're just protecting your investment, okay? Right now, because it's on-demand water, you don't have to worry about valves on the water heater or anything like that. You just right now the system is filled with water, and so as long as you're hooked up to city water or have the water pump on, as soon as you call for water, it'll start heating up. So you're all set there. And if you have any more issues or questions, I should say, when you pick up, we can talk to you more about it. So we'll see you then. Okay? Thank you.